What is there to live for? Connection alone is not the solution. Read, learn, and let the idea of life having a grand meaning to us enter. We are just the beginning of a life that never freezes again. But now, we have the method to rise above it.
We build the lad out of despair.
There are millions still lying in the dark, asking why they should get up.
It's just the beginning. Read, learn, and let the meaning enter.
When you stop chasing your own egoistic satisfaction, the world stops being an enemy.
Why get up? Why think, speak, or do anything at all? What is there to live for? Connection alone is not the solution.
We must cross a barrier of absolute unwillingness.
We must renounce our egoistic life. We become ready for the next life. Read, learn, and let the idea of life having a grand meaning and purpose enter.
We don't do this alone. True connection is built above the ego, heart to heart.
The emptiness will try to return, but now we have the method to rise above it.
When you stop chasing your own egoistic satisfaction, the world stops being an enemy.
It's just the beginning. Read, learn, and let the meaning enter. We broke through a barrier. The void is gone. Now, the real life begins.
Connection alone, without the revelation of life's meaning, falls short. But when we build it above our ego, everything changes.
I know exactly how empty it feels. But listen to me, there is a way out.
It might sound small, it's not an immediate remedy, but it is the beginning of everything.
What should we do if our soul aches with despair? My simple, blunt advice, read the materials. It's the first step I can upon you.
The ordinary pursuits don't change, but the trajectory does. The void becomes filled.
We must agree to turn away from that way of living. That consent is the beginning.
This is the revelation above our ordinary state, our forward-moving trajectory to the absolute meaning of life.
The old world of self-satisfaction is collapsing. But above the ruins, we build a new reality to get the...
It starts small. A single spark of awareness passing from one to another, weaving a new network. The noise is deafening, but it can no longer pull us in. The ego never truly dies, it waits. Despair will try to creep back in. That is when we must force ourselves to study again.
I just wish we could talk like this more often.
True connection isn't just with strangers. The real test is bringing this meaning into our own homes, breaking the walls of our closest resentments.
We just need to shake people awake. Once the network of meaning begins to grow, it cannot be stopped.
You're so full of it! Always acting like you're better than everyone else.
You're so caught the truth, I no longer hear the foul word. I am pain just as I.
We realize we are not alone. It is not just about saving ourselves. It is about reconnecting the shattered pieces of the entire human soul. Once the ego steps aside, the revelation happens. You see it. We are all cells of a single, living body. The meaning was always here, just concealed.
We build the lad out of despair. We take such step.
When we take that step together, we find that the connection we searched for was always right in front of us. When you finally see the whole picture, the ego simply dissolves. You no longer need to chase self-satisfaction. Read, learn, and let the meaning enter. We are finally ready for the life we were meant to live.
The revelation isn't found by escaping the world. It is found by bringing the light back into the noise. There are millions still lying in the dark, asking why they should get up. It is our turn to wake them.
We are no longer hosts to a void. We are hosts to a grand purpose that moves forward, through us, to the next. A true solution requires a breakthrough, and once you break through, you discover a different kind of life entirely.
I wish I could offer more immediate remedies, but this is the first step, and it is enough. Good night, world.
We no longer lie in bed and ask why. The question has been answered by the movement itself. This is the breakthrough. This is the next life, and it is just the beginning for us all. We are no longer isolated islands. We are nodes in a single waking network of meaning. A true solution requires crossing a barrier of absolute unwillingness. Together, the barrier simply vanishes.
This is the breakthrough. From despair to the grand meaning. We are finally moving forward together.
Despair is just a lack of perspective. When the ego shifts, the revelation begins. You see the connections you were blind to.
If we can show the meaning and shake them awake, there is hope. The grand meaning hasn't had.
We stopped building walls for the ego. We started building bridges for the soul. The grand meaning is now our common language.
The trajectory continues. We are just the beginning of a life that never freezes again.
Meaning is nowhere to be found when we are alone. Read the materials, it is the beginning of the hope.
Can I help with that? Connection alone is not the solution. Genuine meaning becomes filled by our forward-moving trajectory.
Despair is deep, but the breakthrough is real. The forward trajectory is all that matters. Start now.
Ultimately, somebody will always try to sell an easy exit. But I see him and I know the pain of the unfillable void. I wish I could offer more immediate remedies, but this is the beginning. Read it.
After we break through that barrier, we discover a different kind of life. A life filled by our forward-moving trajectory to meaning. Join us.
Connection alone, without the revelation of life's meaning, is not the solution. But here, together, we find what we live for.
Exactly. This is our purpose.
We discover a different kind of life. It's in the small things. The trajectory is forward, and it is filled with light. Somebody will always try to sell an easy exit, pills, or illusions. But the ache of the soul requires more. It requires the truth.
Read, learn, and let the idea of life having a grand meaning to us enter. It is the first step. Are you ready?